Hello everybody, welcome to another Mario Kart 8 online races analysis. So I'm going to be taking a look at some online races I recorded and go over my strategies as the race happens. Now the races I recorded are from PKSparkxx Tough Brakes Live for his Mario Kart Mondays. The tournament was 200cc normal items, and I was using Yoshi with the Blue Falcon and the Cyber Slick tires and the Cloud Glider. So let's go on ahead and get started. Now the first race I'll be looking at in this video is on 3DS DK Jungle. So the person in front of me gets a banana peel, and at first I'm ahead of them, but then they eventually catch up and overtake me. So I decided to take slower lines than them, and also wider lines, so that way I avoid running into their dragged item and not letting them drop the banana peel back on me as easily. Sometimes it's better just to take wider lines, just take it a little bit slower than the person in front of you. That way you don't end up getting hit by their item. Now right here I pick up a green shell and throw it forward to try getting the side hit on this turn right here. This turn is a very good spot for green shell and fireball sniping. Next I pick up a super horn, and then I notice up ahead that the Tiki is making a very good spot to drop a banana peel. So I predict that the player in front of me is going to drop their banana peel to try trapping me right there. So I use my super horn slightly in advance, and I actually got the prediction true. Next I pick up a green shell and throw it forward at the glider ramp, just in case first place dropped their banana peel back on me. Which did not come true in this case, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And then next a blue shell appears, and then a blooper also appears as well, so I swoop down to go into the water, get rid of the blooper ink, and I also take this turn a little bit slower just in case they fall off or drop out of the lead. And I'm also basically sandbagging at this point, so then I decide to chain my red shell and hopefully get a better item, but it ends up being a super horn, and I accidentally hit the branch right here and tricking off it, which slows me down, but luckily I'm able to follow up and hit first place again with the super horn. But I should not have done that, because there was a red shell right behind me. I should have been paying more attention to the gamepad right there. And I attempted to do a wall dodge right there, but that ended up failing. So then I picked up a piranha plant to get my speed back. Now my final item was a triple green shell, and like I tried earlier, I decided to throw all three of my green shells to get the side hit on them, which it worked. And so I basically stole first place at that point. Now you notice I didn't throw the green shells very fast, because if I threw them too quickly, then they might actually break on each other, then I had less of a chance to hit the player in first place. So try not to spam your green shells or triple red shells whenever you throw them, otherwise they might end up breaking on each other. So that race demonstrated a little bit of prediction, and also aiming where a person's going to be when it comes to trying to snipe people with green shells. Like I said, that last turn is very useful for shell sniping. Next up we have a race on Sweet Sweet Canyon. So the first item I get was a green shell, and I decided to throw it forward just in case somebody was actually in front of me on their screen. And I actually believe I hit somebody with that green shell. So lucky throw right there. Now right here I wasn't looking at the gamepad and didn't notice an incoming piranha plant, so then I end up getting bitten by that. And then I pick up triple mushrooms, so I decided to just use those to regain my speed. Then right here at the turn I get hit by another piranha plant. I just use my mushroom and try to take the tighter lines with the mushroom boosts. I try to go wide right here to avoid a red shell, but then I forget about the piranha plants that are actually on this track. Then I decided just to dispose of my fire flower, just throw it randomly around and try to hit a few people in the process. Next I pick up a star, and then I look at the items behind me that are being picked up, and try to see if there's any lightning bolts, but there was no lightning bolts, so I decided at this point I could just safely chain the star. My next item was a triple mushroom, so I, once again, just use the mushroom boosts effectively, and just chain them at the next item box. Then once again, I pick up a star, and I look again at the gamepad to see if there's any lightning bolts. There's a lightning bolt right there, and then I get the shock dodge. There's a very quick reaction time right there, so gotta keep an eye out for those lightning bolts. So right here I just have some triple mushrooms, and I decided to just use one of them to boost on ahead into the lead, and so I decided just to hold on to these double mushrooms just in case of any last minute blue shells, or just to help myself recover for any red shells they throw at me. And I noticed that there are triple red shells back there, so I'm prepared to use these to recover. But since I'm already far ahead, I decided to just use these for the shortcut, and I end up winning the race, so yeah, definitely some quick reaction time, and also just being aware of what's going on in the gamepad. So if you can manage what's going on there, then you can get off pretty well and get those shock dodges relatively easily. Anyway, on to the next race. Next we're going to be jumping to the middle of a race on Yoshi Circuit to highlight the effective use of a Crazy 8. I don't always spam my Crazy 8s, but I like to try to strategically use them whenever possible. Now there's a shortcut that can be done shieldless on this track, so I'm saving my blooper just to make it a little bit harder for first place to take. Right here I use my blooper, and whichever item's at the front of your cart is what will be used, so if you want to use a particular item, you gotta time it right. So then I use my mushroom to take the shortcut pretty easily. I noticed that first place didn't actually take the shortcut because of my blooper, and so then I use my coin and drop my bomb backwards to stop them. And then right here I actually noticed that there's a lightning bolt in play, so then I actually spam my Crazy 8s to get the quick first place lightning dodge, and then basically I end up winning the race at that point. So yeah, like I said, try to use your Crazy 8 strategically if possible. Now, the only time I would recommend spamming a Crazy 8 is if you're trying to avoid a lightning bolt, or if you're in a crowd of people and somebody could easily steal the star or set off the bomb. But in all other situations, try to use the Crazy 8 effectively. Anyway, on to the next race. So the final race I'll be looking at in this video is on Mario Circuit. Now I'm afraid to get in close to the first place because they have a green shell, so they might end up dragging that and I end up running into that. So I'm trying to be very careful right here. Then I actually pick up a green shell myself and try to throw it at them. This actually scares them into dragging their own green shell, which is one step closer to taking it out. Then I pick up another green shell and try to go in for the side hit, but that ends up taking out their dragged green shell, which is still good because now they are defenseless and I can actually go in for the tighter lines as them. Next up I pick up a banana peel and then I start dragging it so that way I can scare them off. So now I'm just front running for a little bit. Now every time I see second place pick up an item, I check to see if they pick up a red shell, just in case I need to use the super horn very quickly. But then they actually throw the green shell forward and I see it incoming, so I use my super horn to take it out. Gotta react quickly right there when that kind of stuff happens. So I'm still looking at the item in second place and I see if it's a green shell, so I look behind me just in case if it gets thrown forward, but I see it's bouncing across the walls. But then I see a red shell appear, so I'm about ready to start a wall dodge in case I don't get a defensive item right here. But luckily it's a banana peel, so I was safe right there. And I look to see if they pick up another red shell, but luckily it's a super horn, so I don't need to deal with that. So whenever you're front running, it's a good idea to look at the person behind you to see what items they're picking up. You might need to be able to pull off a wall dodge, or try to use a different item to protect yourself from any items they throw at you. So yeah, that's one way of being defensive in first place. So that's gonna have to do it for this Mario Kart 8 online races analysis. If you enjoyed this video, then go ahead and check out some of my other Mario Kart 8 racing guides, which I have linked in the description below. Share the video with others, that way they can get better at Mario Kart 8 as well. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you all next time.